No Mind Meditation, Episode 11, June 2022. Mushin, mind without mind. Mushin is when your mind is completely free and present with full awareness of what is going on around you. In the lower Tien meditation, Episode 8, I said the next step would be a no-mind meditation. And here we are. The benefits of a no-mind meditation are numerous. No-mind meditations will improve your intuition, guide you to a depth of relaxation that you did not know was possible, and improve your relationship with others and yourself, and put you in touch with both the deepest and the highest aspects of yourself. Perhaps a Zen story best points out the contrasts of the ego mind and the no mind. A Zen master was instructing a student in the tea ceremony. While the student talked and talked and talked, the master began to fill his teacup. The master poured tea until the student shouted, "Stop, master! The teacup is full!" But the master kept pouring tea. Finally, the student exclaimed, "The tea is flowing out of the cup and onto the table!" Still, the master kept pouring and finally said, "The tea represents what is going on in your mind. You keep talking and your head is full of useless thoughts and confused ideas. First, empty your mind, as your thoughts and opinions have no value. You have forgotten that useful and enlightened thought can only arise in the silence of a relaxed and empty mind." An important part of our evolution as humans is to move past the ego mind, the constant narration by the voice in our head that the ego uses to rerun patterns from the past and project them onto the present moment. If you're watching this, I don't have to explain to you the benefits of not having your ego run your life. Neurolinguistic programming teaches us that our senses are constantly bombarding us with information. It's easy to see the smartphone entertainment addiction in any public transportation, complete with earbuds, and perhaps even in your own home. We're constantly pouring information and entertainment into the mind, just as the master poured more and more tea into the already filled cup. How do we return to the empty cup from the beginning of the Zen story? Well, we start with Mushin. Mushin is a discipline that allows you to empty your thoughts and to think spontaneously. And here I mean a deeper, more meditative kind of spontaneity that comes from being fully present in the moment. A mirror reflects and does not rely on an egoic pattern to make a reflection or to tell us what the reflection means. The mirror simply reflects what is. The mirror doesn't anticipate. The mirror reflects the now without anxiety, ego, or stress. Restated, there is nothing in the way of seeing the truth of any situation in the moment. The whole point of the no-mind meditation is to free consciousness and chi trapped by the ego in useless thought, worry, and anxiety. This empty no-mind space is direct access to consciousness and is the place where true genius, an advanced sense of humor, and for martial artists, the ultimate fighting ability come from. Let's go over some pathways to the no-mind state. The first is following the breath. Get comfortable, seated or laying down, and maintain your focus on the breath. Let the thoughts come and go. Notice them, but always bring your awareness back to your breath. In particular, pay attention to the pause between the in-breath and the out-breath, as that is the space of unmanifest consciousness. This meditation can be as long as you want. You can even use it as an energetic pause. Set aside 1 minute after you have your first cup of coffee, or when you start or finish your workday. Sit quietly, straight up, put the phone in airplane mode, and remove distractions. Close your eyes slightly, but not all the way. You don't want to fall asleep. Take 5 slow, deep breaths. Breathe in and out slowly, counting each exhalation. When you find your mind beginning to wander, filling up with thoughts about your daily worries or joys, direct your attention back to counting your breath. It's that simple. Try it and see how centered and refreshed you feel. Second is the stop technique, and this can also be done at work during a pause. First, you stop what you're doing, then you take a few deep breaths and observe how your body feels in this moment. Finally, you perceive sounds in the room around you. When you need a break or a refresher, try stop for 1 or 2 minutes, and it will help you feel calm and centered. The third method is to become the witness or the watcher. Many spiritual teachers have advocated the detached, no-mind meditation of being the watcher. What is meant by the watcher is to adopt a viewpoint either outside of the body or deep inside the body and watch the thoughts that come and go from there, as if they belonged to someone else. The watcher meditation takes us halfway back to our origins. From the detached viewpoint of the watcher, ego-based thoughts are cut off from the emotional energy that they usually steal from us. Have you ever noticed how exhausted you feel after thinking about something that really bothered you, especially if you got all worked up about it? The ego mind uses chi, your life energy, to run its patterns. When you observe the thought, the pattern, it loses its charge and will eventually stop on its own. This empties the cup and opens our connection to Source. Then our words and actions will arise from a place far deeper than the ego. Consciousness knows that our potential is unlimited when we are guided from a place of conscious presence. Then we live in a world where nothing can upset us. As we deal with it from a more detached point of view with more personal chi or power, we will be in this world, but not of this world. The fourth meditation is focusing on the inner self. As I mentioned in the lower Tien breathing meditation, we discussed the lower Tien turning Jing into Qi and being the main storage bank for energy in the body. The middle Tien converts Qi into Shen, refined Qi, and the upper Tien converts Shen into Wuji, refined Shen. In the meditation, with the Mikyo mudras and mantras, we put the mind to work imagining with intent to move balls of qi through the meridians to clear, strengthen, and energize them. The method of meditating with the Mikyo mudras and mantras has been detailed in that video. We subdue the ego and enter into a state of no mind. When we meditate by placing our attention on this inner self, what we're really saying is that we become aware of the present moment and are not lost in psychological thinking. Once you are finished running the meridians, stop and listen to what is going on inside of you. This inner stillness. From here you may enter into the no-mind state. The fifth no-mind meditation is one developed by a disciple of Osho. As Osho describes it, turn off the conscious mind and allow the unconscious to speak. The technique is to find a place where you can talk nonsense loudly, whatever comes to mind, for 1 hour without bothering your neighbors. Put your energy into letting the ego express whatever it wants, no holding back. Let it all out, all the things you always wanted to say, but never could say, were afraid to say. Let it out for 1 hour. If you feel moved to jump, dance, or scream, or make primal sounds, just let it all pour out. Express your anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, and let your whole body and being scream it to the sky. At the end of what will be an exhausting hour, sit or lay down, close your eyes, and without movement, gather your energy back within yourself. As the ego has just expressed all it has to say, you will find yourself sitting in the stillness of no mind. Whichever method you use to access the no-mind state, you will not hold on to thoughts at all. Then thoughts arise without you ever touching them. Or they stop on their own because you have no position. You just watch thoughts fade in and fade out. You have no fixed point of reference. In no mind, you do not experience yourself as anything. It is freedom beyond all understanding. There is consciousness, but there is no one there who can claim to be conscious or to call it consciousness. It is pure and silent. In the end, the mirror is empty, reflecting nothing. In closing, Lao Tzu once said, "Bowls are made of clay, but their usefulness is in their hollow, empty center." He also said, "The most important thing people can do in life is to gain a state of silent awareness, to open the mind to its source, become totally empty, quiet the restlessness of the mind. Only then will you witness everything unfolding from emptiness. See all things flourish and dance in endless variation, and once again merge back into perfect emptiness, their true repose, their true nature, emerging, flourishing, dissolving back again. This is the eternal process of return. To know this process brings enlightenment. To miss this process brings disaster." From here, please use the meditation with the Mikyo mudras and mantras as a gateway to the no-mind state. And I will make some audio meditations based on the other no-mind techniques. For now, I am Michael, and you can trust and transform.